We're not. Yeah.
I don't know how to tell you that.
We're figuring this out on the fly here. Oh, baby, let's go. Game time. Finally here. What is, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Look at all this energy. Live from the Toyota Land, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. Man, fellas, finally we are here. I needed the time to break, but now I am ready.
I think that there's too many events happening at the same time. I'm just going to call it out.
Wow.
Oh, Tori's the absolute greatest.
Smothered burrito delivered right to the side.
Go to gatekept.co.
Thank you so much.
Buy her earrings. She's the best.
I'm going to eat here in just a little bit. We got a great show lined up for you because we are previewing the game, talking about the latest news, including Michael Porter. We're going to talk about, is this series an instant classic in the making? Nuggets have had a lot of instant classics. We'll talk about that. Then we have a fun segment, the Lover's Thrill, for you here in a little bit.
Yeah, what?
We're going to turn the lights down a little bit later here. I got Harrison Wind in the building.
Man, I feel like this is the biggest game of the season for the fifth straight game.
This is the biggest game of the season.
But it's true. It is the biggest game of the season, man. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm not sure, though.
Well, we'll find out here shortly. I got D-Line Co.
That's right, guys. I told my friends here. They were all very concerned. I'll tell you as well. I went golfing today. Hurt my back just a little bit.
Man.
I got sunburned.
That's the most watched thing ever.
I mean, what'd you shoot?
I actually had a pretty decent round until I threw my back out.
I feel like that'd be the
I shot a
top story.
Did you want to know? I shot a 89.
Well, there you go. That's pretty good.
Truthfully, or
nice. Rounding out the show from Pančeva, Serbia, Dobroveče, Miroslav.
This is actually the first time in your life you pronounce Pančevo correctly.
I always do.
Kudos. No, you didn't.
I always do.
So I went to Boulder today. I went to Red Rocks today.
Oh, really?
So I had a great day today. I feel energized. So let's get it, guys.
Let's get
Damn,
it.
look at this guy.
Brendan Vogt is live at Intuit Dome, where he is testing out every toilet in the entire building.
He's
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, he's given us like 7 updates.
a lot of going to the bathroom.
We'll hear from him a little bit later on. But first, game notes. Michael Porter, questionable. What do we have, Wind?
He was questionable, and David Adelman, when he was speaking like 30 minutes ago, he still didn't know if he was going to play. Porter warmed up, and he is playing.
Let's go.
Michael Porter is playing tonight.
This is a big deal. I got to give a shout. Michael Porter, I love that Adelman has now used the last 3 media availabilities to shout out his toughness.
I mean, he is tough, man.
Yep.
I mean, to go through what he's gone through and to, like, still barely miss any games.
Yeah.
I mean, even since that third back surgery, he really barely misses games. And it seemed like he was in a lot of pain immediately after that injury. And, yeah, he is playing tonight. For the Clippers, no injuries. They have yet to report an injury this entire series so far.
Okay.
So they are good to go as well. And the biggest story pregame out of Intuit Dome is something that was actually handed out to the fans standing in the wall.
Yeah, the wall.
I don't know if you know about the wall.
Yeah.
It's one of the sides of the arena immediately, behind where one team shoots free throws on one end of the court. They're handing out these horse hats.
Dude, this is honestly amazing.
That is actually pretty good.
I think in an effort to distract Nikola Jokic, I feel like it might help him, though.
No, I know that they don't realize they're going to give him a sense of calm.
Yeah.
I will say this. This is a troll, but it's not a mean-spirited one.
No, it's
but
great. I love it.
It is great. But I also do hope it would be awesome if Yoke had the horse game tonight.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
What is the horse game?
Well, whatever he's about to
consecutive
do.
free
Just something where he is. It's like they're like, yeah, they tried to troll him with the horses, and he went off.
Yeah, he went 4 by 4 by 4. He had 4 points, 4 assists.
Something like that.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that's what we got, man. We're good to go. Michael Porter is playing. I assume he's in the starting lineup. Haven't seen the official starting lineup yet, but I'm sure it's the typical starters.
One thing Adelman did say in the pregame that I thought was interesting is he did acknowledge the fact that Yoke played the entire second half, and you could see there was some wear on him. He said it was not the plan. That was more of a like, hey, the game's close. We got to do this. And that, to me, is a storyline tonight, Miroslav, is how much does Jokic play? Because I think he needs a rest. But it's also like, how long can you give him? Where do you go?
Yeah, we are of two minds always. We wish Joker can take some time off so he can be great in the fourth quarter. But at the same time, we dread every second we have to watch the Nuggets without him on the court. It's such a difficult balance to hit. So I hope they can find a way to play him like under 42 minutes, I guess. But 40 should be fine, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, should 40 be the goal?
Yeah, I mean, you hope for that. The game will dictate.
As long as it doesn't go to overtime.
I know.
Like these last two have.
We just need an explosion from Jamal Murray, frankly. I don't really see where else it's going to come from. To get that breathing room, to get the, send Jokic off with a lead that will most assuredly be wiped away by the time he gets back onto the court, but at least, give him some time to 40 minutes. I mean, I don't even know if it's a minute total, but it's consecutive minutes is not great. That consecutive entire second half caught up with him.
I don't know if you saw, though, about Jamal Murray. He's rocking the fro again.
I like
tonight.
it. That tells you he's feeling it. To me,
my God, Dr. Jamal?
Yeah.
This brings
Dr.
me
Jamal,
honestly
doctor's
to,
in.
I've been thinking about this a lot and who needs to happen, what needs to happen. I think if I could script this out, and you never can, you never know how it goes. I think Game 4 is the Jokic game. That's the dominant. Tonight, I think needs to be the Murray and Jokic game. Tonight is the peanut butter and jelly night. And Jamal's coming off of an illness. He's coming off of, an okay start. He hasn't been bad. Hasn't been great.
Reports from LA are he's looking much better and feeling much better.
Tonight is the night where Jamal has to remind the Clippers, we are an unstoppable duo.
Remind him, season.
Tonight, to me, is all about that. I am most curious about Jamal and what he can do. I don't know if you can count on your role players on the road in the first one into Game 3. You hope you can inspire them, but to set the tone, it needs to be Jamal and Jokic.
Yeah, and I hope Jamal is going to adjust to the new aerodynamics of his new haircut.
He did last time, brother.
Didn't he play well with it?
He played incredible.
Played incredible.
Dr.
That was the Dr. Jamal game. He was in Philadelphia as well. Remember, he went off it. We were all so proud of him. No, it's just got to, it's got to happen. But I expect it to. Honestly, I really think that we're going to see something. I expect the playoffs to start tonight. I felt like the Nuggets have played well, but I don't feel like they've played great. I'm expecting some moments of greatness tonight.
I think their defense has been great, and they need to keep that up. But when you're asking of your role players to go that hard defensively, you have to spell them by making shots and putting pressure. I think Harden has put pressure on the Nuggets. They shut it down in Game 2. Kawhi put pressure on the Nuggets. Jokic is putting pressure. Tonight's the night Jamal. It's you know what? Get through the first 3 games, and you have a game from basically every one of the big players in the series. To me, it's a Jamal night.
I agree. I think it needs to be. I also want to see Peyton Watson play more. He played just 14 minutes in that last game. Kind of went on record saying he thinks he can limit Kawhi a little bit. He did say that.
Yeah.
So I want to see him play. It's actually funny. Peyton and his availability at practice the other day, he goes, yeah, I guarded Kawhi on 2 possessions where he shot the ball. One he made, but it was good defense, and the other he missed. And I don't know how many other misses he had the rest of the game. Well, he had 0 misses from 2 the rest of the game.
I love that. That's like when Michael Malone would used to give a stat. He's like, I think we're 28th in defense right now. You're like, it's exactly 28. You know you are.
So I want to see P-Watt play more, man. I think his defense can definitely help. And yeah, the defense has been good. They've done a generally a good job, but I think more Peyton Watson can be a good thing.
I will say this as we move into our next one. We're 2 games in. Both went to overtime. One went to overtime. The other one is a 3-point game. This series is separated now by 1. There haven't even been big leads outside of that first quarter. It truly has been as competitive as the first 2 games of any series of the Jokic era. And it made me think, what is the best? Is this an instant classic? And then I went back and was like, oh, wait, they have 2 3-1 comebacks.
Those are instant classics.
The Nuggets actually have a lot of instant classics.
They know how to play a dramatic series, man.
But even in those, there were a lot of blowouts and big wins. Tonight, this series feels to me like it should be close most games. And for that, are we in the midst of an instant classic, D-Line?
I mean, it's hard to say not. The games have been insane. Jokic himself said it. If you're a fan of basketball, this is what you want to be watching. I realize I'm not a fan of basketball. I'm a fan of the easiest road.
I could take a couple blowouts here.
I could, dude.
You would love for this to no longer be an instant classic.
But it's great. Like, this is why you watch NBA basketball. It is hotly contested. There are incredible performances. There's already drama, and it's tied 1-1. So I think for sure. Like, you and I picked the game to go to 7 games.
Yeah.
Wind, I think, was 6. I have a hard time seeing anybody getting any breathing room in this series.
Isn't it because nobody shoots threes in this series?
Yes, I brought this up. They play
Nobody
slow.
can break away from the other team. There's no runs.
They're 2 mid-range teams, so even if you go 4 possessions in a
I
row,
know.
scoring and stopping, it's 8-0 run.
Old school.
Yeah,
hoops.
I'm actually jealous of people who don't have a horse in this series because it must be an awesome series to watch if you don't have a horse in it. But unfortunately, we do have our horse, and we have to lose a year of our life with every game with this series. So let's hope it doesn't go 7, so we don't lose 7.
Bro, it's going 7. Just get used to it.
It's definitely going 7.
It's just definitely going 7. Stop saying horse. Oh.
And yet, I feel like this one's kind of an important one. If we do step back, though, what is the best series in the Nuggets era? I think it's Jazz.
It's the Jazz. Yeah.
Somehow that's better than the Clippers one. Maybe just because it was first. Jamal Murray had the 50s.
And it was
Bro,
the
I thought it was-
Murray-Mitchell dynamic.
Yeah,
man.
the Murray-Mitchell dynamic.
Yeah.
And, the 50-point games.
What do you think? And it came down to a literal buzzer beater.
Yeah.
At the last
That's the
second.
tiebreaker, really. Like, this is the reason that was the greatest series so far.
Goddamn. There are...
The Timberwolves series last year was the worst, best series
Yeah,
ever.
they're all
the
blowouts.
Nuggets went 50 years without having a single memorable series, and now they only have memorable series. Every one, I'm like, the
Only
Lakers.
instant
What about the
classics allowed.
Heat? What about the it's just every single one you can look at. The Jazz was incredible. Remember how Gary Harris came back and tipped the scales for the Nuggets against the Clippers last time?
That was the Jazz.
Right, was it the Jazz?
Yeah, it was
Sure.
Jazz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Jazz.
Then it's the Jazz. I thought that was the Clippers. Whatever. That was the Clippers. Was the one where
Marcus Morris, I think, got in Paul Millsap's face.
Yeah.
Turned the series.
Yeah, but
Jamal
that was
had to go
Jeremy,
home.
but that was Jeremy Grant finally showed up. too.
No, that was the Lakers series.
Yeah, wrong again.
Really?
Yeah. You also had
year.
You also had the Mike, the original Mike in the
Well,
Clippers
I don't know
series.
anything about that.
You had the wags of the Clippers dancing on the
But you know what's-
sidelines.
I mean,
That was
Oh,
Montrezl
that
Harrell
was the
got
greatest.
dunked on by MPJ
The
so hard
craziest
he
thing,
died.
though, the craziest thing is even laughing about it. The Lakers' series of the past couple years, even though they've been sweeps, have been deeply memorable and honestly
number one to me, to be honest.
super hard fought.
Yeah.
Even though it's not a 7-game series, it's God damn, that was a crazy series.
It's true. When you think back about a 7-game series and you're like, that was a great series, you really only liked 4 of the games if you won.
Yeah.
You actually hated 3 of them.
They were terrible.
The Lakers was a 7-game series without the 3 losses. It was just all close but wins.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. To me, it might be Lakers, first Lakers number 1, then Jazz, then Clippers.
from the first series this Nuggets team ever played, a 7-game. That wasn't a classic, but it was a 7-game gut-wrenching series against the Spurs.
Yeah. Where the Spurs gave up. Is it? Am I right?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
right.
that was the
Greg
Spurs
Popovich
series.
is involved. Are we sure about this?
Derek White driving
Am I
by
in the right
Jamal
room?
Murray every play.
Yeah, back when I used to make fun of Derek White. Or is that?
Yeah,
that
that's
track?
the right one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also, honestly, that 7-gamer they lost to Portland, if
I
you
know.
recall, that had the 4 overtimes.
Why are we talking
And
about old
McCollum
stuff,
hitting
man?
that series-winning shot.
I mean, the Nuggets really do have a lot of classics, but this one is shaping up, in my opinion, to be a good one. And I've been thinking about this a lot. We get so wrapped up in the what and the dream, and then it really is about kind of stopping to smell the roses. These 2 games have been awesome. Really good basketball. They're obviously stressful. They haven't been perfect, but they have been awesome. And there was a bit of, over the last few days, an appreciation on my end, at least, to just kind of be like, you know what, we're seeing a really good series. And I hope it goes our way, but it's pretty fun, and I don't want to fast forward through it.
Hold on. Are you saying that you're learning to fall in love with basketball again?
Well, that kind of brings
Okay,
me
Justin
to
Holiday.
our next topic here, the lover's thrill. Because I'm going to be honest, I've had an emotional 24 hours for a variety of reasons, but one of them is Will Barton retired from basketball.
Yeah.
He did.
Formally announced on a podcast I think he runs. I didn't even know this
I think it's his
existed, but I think it's his.
Shouts thrill.
And you know, Will was a player of a bygone era, an innocent time when the Nuggets, before the championship felt realistic.
Yeah.
And so I think, enjoyed the climb. It's always fun, the climb. But Will is also like, there's this way of looking at basketball where it's like, does this work? Does it make sense? That's the ultimate foundation idea. Yeah. But there's also just guys you love along the way. And Will Barton, to me, represents a soul. That was a guy who didn't always do the right thing, but he was somebody I loved. And in his retirement, he had a clip that had a little sadness to it, if you watch. Let's play the clip here, Kale.
What's up, world? It's your boy, Will Barton. We're here with another episode of the No Cut Cards podcast. Got my brother Tom with me. What's up, Shorty?
Shorty? What we here for today, man?
I want to announce that I will be retiring and no longer playing professional basketball. That's it.
I live my life for you. That's what you don't really even give a fuck about one thing. I feel like once you was there, that shit made me feel like I got drafted. Just being grown, how they say, like, when you first retire, first year or two, that shit hard.
It's been hard already. Basketball, you know, is all I did. My whole life, since forever. Last year in the Wizards, I was like, it kind of hit me like, this shit ain't feeling the same. Like my feeling for the game has changed.
My feelings for the game are different. That is
that happens after you play for the Wizards, unfortunately.
That's what he said, the Wizards, and then, of course, he had to go overseas. And I always recall, and I tweeted this out, Michael Malone's line, he said, I know this to be true, that 30, 40 years from now, in some gym in Baltimore, there's going to be Will Barton still playing basketball just for the love of the game. When I see that clip, and I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into this, but there was something sad about Thrill could even maybe lose a little love of the game. And then I sat here going, we're in the middle of Yoke's prime. It's not perfect. We all worry about this or that. The card we got was the lovers. It was about returning to love the game. And when I saw that thing with Will, it really like smacked me of like, you know what? Just live in this moment, man. I have no idea what's coming. But this is like, we will look back and wish we could transport ourselves to the 100%. Pregame show before Game 3.
You're so right. Man. Also, if they lose, I will kill myself. So.
A little perspective, though, you know?
No, for sure, man. And when I saw that, you know, you immediately think back to Will's career here in Denver. And it was kind of a career that was never really supposed to happen.
Yes.
A second-round pick. He was buried on the bench in Portland, never really got a shot there. And he was kind of just like a throw-in in this Aaron Aflalo deal to come to Denver.
He totally was.
And I don't think the Nuggets viewed him as a throw-in. I think Tim Connolly actually saw something in him.
Yes.
Of course. And knew him from when he was a kid.
And knew him his whole life from Baltimore, both those guys, of course. He was a non-shooter who at one point became the Nuggets' all-time three-point leader. That's crazy. And honestly, and I know this because I was really covering the team every single day back then, he was one of the first people in the Nuggets organization who really thought Nikola Jokic could bring a championship to Denver. One of the first people. I think he thought that for real, maybe before Jokic, before most people in this franchise. And he would say that, you know, after like some of the Nuggets' best wins in, you know, 2018, 2019. He was like, we can win a championship with this guy. And he was really one of the first people to say that and really believe it.
But I just have this sense, like, again, I don't like the idea that you can fall out of love with the game. You know, it can't hurt you. The game can hurt you. And there is this sense of, Miro, like 10, 15 years from now, if we all had a little genie and they were like, would you like to go back to right before Game 3 of the height of Jokic's prime? And you wouldn't be like, well, I don't know if they have a deep enough bench. And you'd be like, yes, of course I'd go back. I want to go back and see that.
And we all think about collectively retire after Joker stops playing for the Nuggets. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome to think about the prime years, the top level basketball you can expect every night, as long as you have the best player in the world. So yeah, we need this perspective because we tend to live in the moment in a bad way too much. Like we just think about the depth of the team, this and that. It's just like, let's just enjoy the moment and hopefully our team is gonna prevail. And even if it doesn't, it's still gonna be an awesome series. So let's just hope for the best.
Yeah, I like it, man. We declare tonight The lovers. All of us here, the lovers of the game.
Yeah,
On that
beautiful.
couch
It's
together.
been a stressful 24 hours. Like,
It is a beautiful sentiment. I'm with it entirely. Also, like let's get it. Like let's also cheer for the victory. Let's not
Well, of
just.
course. I
Let's
mean,
not.
that's the whole foundation
It's
of
not just the
sports.
journey. The destination also matters. But I'm ready for it. Listen, I'll just say I love Will Barton too. I don't like seeing him sad like that. But you buried the lead.
Dude,
He
I
has a
love
podcast.
Will, man.
yeah.
Let's get him on.
We got to get him on, man. We
I
got to
know.
get Thrill on. We love Thrill,
Let's do
man.
a home and home. He comes on our podcast. We go on his podcast.
I don't know if he wants us on his show, but you know what? Whatever. We'll try it. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use the promo code DNVR365 when you sign up. Choose your offer and find out why. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 or older. I don't have my computer.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
if you have a gambling problem. Terms and conditions apply.
D-Line's not here, so we went to the next best thing. Miroslav, what are your picks? Wait, sorry. D-Line, what are your picks?
I was like, who's giving the picks tonight?
sorry.
What up? What a great intro. It's always nice to feel welcome. Guys, let's check it out. Kale, bring up my official picks. I have some picks that I feel like are absolutely going to hit.
You first have to tell us the line of the game.
You're right about that. All right. I kind of forgot about that. But in the meantime, I'll tap dance a little bit and tell you that I think Jamal Murray is going to have a night tonight. I think he's going to score. I am betting for him to be able to hit his over on points. It's set at 20.5.
Nuggets come into this game 5.5 point underdogs.
5.5 point underdogs against the wall.
Nobody believes in him?
They certainly don't. They never have. They never will. I'm not surprised by that. This is going to be a crazy game. The first game on the road for some of the Nuggets younglings that are being foisted into real playoff roles tonight. We're going to see how Peyton Watson responds against the wall. We're going to see how Christian Brown. I mean, he was involved last year, but the expectations of all of these little young players are different this year. So we're going to see what they're able to do. But so anyway, yeah, like I said, I believe this is going to be the Jamal Murray breakout game. I just feel it. It's been percolating.
It does feel like
it's been percolating. He started to shoot a little bit better. I assume he's feeling a little bit better. So I feel good about that. Can you bring up the graphic again?
Jamal 20.5 points.
20.5 points. So I'm taking that. Player prop. Westbrook to get over 1.5 threes.
Man.
It's plus money. He's going to be left open. And Russell Westbrook is not scared of the moment. This is, again, another... Don't forget, another revenge game. Every game in the series, another revenge game for Russell Westbrook. But he's been being left wide open, obviously, and he's been knocking them down. He shoots over 40% from that
MPJ
corner.
being injured, too. He might play 34 minutes tonight.
Yeah, to me, this seems like an
more.
absolute no-brainer. And the lock, the thing that you can always count on when Nikola Jokic plays in a high...
You think it's rebounds tonight,
in a big game, he gets his rebounds. We learned this long ago. You can always count on Nikola Jokic to get his rebounds in a high-leverage game.
It's a lot of rebounds, though.
Yeah, it's a lot of rebounds, but the Nuggets have been out-rebounding the Clippers by a huge margin in this series also. So you put those two together, it's. I think it's also set at plus money. So this is like another rare time you could take advantage of Nikola Jokic's strength and get plus money from it.
What about threes tonight?
I was thinking about that. I mean, I'm definitely not betting Michael Porter Jr. threes. That's where I went to Westbrook, but Murray as well. I mean, that's definitely a guy. And Jokic,
I was going to say, tonight might be a Jokic threes night, man. I would not be surprised.
We were talking on the podcast we did the other day.
The mini pod?
How does Nikola Jokic need to be more aggressive shooting threes? He can shoot more threes. He's the best shooter in the NBA this year.
Yeah.
Shot 50%, game 2. Shoot some more.
What do you envision happening, Miroslav? How can we turn your vision into a bet? What is?
I mean, 7 threes by Joker, 7 made threes
Okay.
like against
Wow.
Utah.
Let's do it.
But, why not? Why not? Let's just do. Is there a prop for that? Like plus?
Yeah, you
can bet it up, yeah.
definitely tease it up.
10,000.
I mean, just to be clear, don't do that.
What about
Maybe
Peyton
do
Watson 1.5 stocks? Do you like that at all?
I do.
play.
I mean, it seems like he's going to get a little bit more run, but
You don't really block Kawhi, though.
Yeah, I was going to say. I was just about to say that. I don't know that he's going to be used in a blocking sort of way. I think he's just going to try and cover Kawhi and stop him from penetrating. And you don't block Kawhi's jump shot.
What about AG tonight?
I don't know. What are your thoughts? Like, are we?
I think he, on 3 days rest, is going to be good. I think he was a 2 days, 2 days rest bad, 3 days rest good guy right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen,
kinda like him. Points,
he was
rebounds, assists,
incredible
maybe.
in the first game. I kind of feel, and that was coming in off of obviously a week plus of rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's take his, I guess, points and maybe rebounds also.
Okay.
Nikola Jokic wearing an arm sleeve in warm-ups.
Because does he have the, it's just, with the elbow pad. He said it's better to smash into Zubats.
Yeah.
So that might be as simple as that. We have any super chats, Kale? Jamal Fro does look
What we
good.
got here? The Fox Prince should be great energy at Intuit to feed the beast. And we are hungry.
Let's go.
I pulled the King of Swords card in reverse on our takeover show. They don't need to overthink this. Just be intentional and trust their
instincts. Trust your gut.
Yes, the Fox Prince.
RWK Miro with the boys in studio. Nothing beats this.
Nothing beats it.
Dude.
Who has it better than us, guys?
Unless it's Dev instead of me.
Yeah,
that's
that would
better.
actually be better.
That's
That would be
better.
better.
Dev was here.
Holy cow, dude!
Yeah, I know.
Like if Dev
I
was
wish he
here
was,
and
yeah.
Eric was not.
Yeah.
If Dev- Whoa. That got dark.
I actually
I'm
agree.
kidding.
I'm actually with it.
He's like, my
entirely.
back hurts.
Mr. Exquisite Nugget, Miro's good luck. No Rob, no Dev. Game 3 is ours.
It's ours, baby.
It's all ours, baby.
It's ours.
Kale, hit
Let's
that
get
extra
it.
music. Guess what we're doing tonight, fellas?
We're gonna
Watching
win. We're gonna watch
the
the
Nuggets with you
Broncos
guys.
draft.
We're
just
going to
like the
watch
rest of
along
America.
with everybody else. So we're going to have to watch along, kick it off here for Game 3. You're not going to want to miss it. Why would you watch this game alone? Watch it with your friends.
Watch it with your friends.
Hit that like button. We'll see you over there.
We all silly like the mayor.